Hey YouTube, it's Davo. Had some requests to take a look at my guitar rig and show it off, see what I got. It's nothing special. I like to keep it as simple as I can. I'm not going to play anything on this video. I'm just going to go through it and talk about what I've got going on. In the next video, I'll actually plug it all up, and you can see what a terrible guitar player I am, but I have good tone. So let's start out with my guitar. This is probably a 2011 Fender Telecaster, made in Mexico. I've made several modifications to it, but overall it was a good guitar out of the box. Other than what's stock on it, I put a new string tree on it. This is the American style string tree. It has no moving parts. I like it a lot better because the stock ones that you see on like Squires and whatever, they're kind of like a teeter-totter, so the tuning of this one will affect the tuning of this one. If this one gets tighter, then it's pushing on this one, and you'll go back and forth trying to tune your guitar, and it's just, it wreaks havoc on it, and they're junk. So got rid of that right away. Next, I got the Graphtec nut in here. They're very inexpensive. I think this was like 12-15 bucks. Not installed. It would cost more to get installed. But this is like a self-lubricating type thing, so you don't have to worry about anything getting bound up in there, and it's really well done, and cheap. So yeah, I recommend everybody getting that, no matter what you're playing on, if you're having any kind of troubles whatsoever. The next modification, and not in order, I'm not sure which I did first, was this bridge and the saddles. Originally this guitar, by the way, this guitar is a Telecaster, Nashville Deluxe Telecaster, made in Mexico, if you're wondering. This bridge plate is new, and these saddles are new. Originally it had the 6 little barrel saddles, and it just sounded kind of weeny to me. This has more balls to it, in my opinion, and this it's made by Wilkinson, and this is a little beefier too. I think more metal you can get, the better. These are the compensated saddles, and they do their job. I have no tuning issues with this thing. I have no intonation issues with this thing. Stays in tune all night and plays great all the way up the neck. It's awesome. I can't say enough good things about these little things. I mean, because they're all very cheap and make a world of difference. The next thing, this guitar came stock with Tex-Mex pickups. I guess they're kind of middle of the road. They're not garbage, but they're not great. So I had to change those out. These two right here, the bridge and the neck are now Texas Specials. I left this one in there because I never leave it on that pickup. I'm just using it to get the little out of phase quack. And so that's the Tex-Mex, and these are the Texas Specials. Further modifications. Originally this had the 5-way switch, so it was exactly like a Telecaster with the 3 pickups and the 5-way selector. I changed it to the 3-way pickup, so I could have that middle position of just these two, like the classic Telecaster sound. And to get that, I had them mod this. This is no longer a tone control. This is a volume control for the center pickup, so you can blend it in and out with different combinations. So with the volume, this volume turned all the way down in this position, the first position is just the bridge pickup. In that position, it's the bridge and neck together, and in this one, it's just the neck, just like a regular Telecaster. When you turn this up, you start right here. That's now this position 2 on a Telecaster or a Stratocaster. you're getting that out of phase quack sound right there. In the middle, you're getting all 3 pickups, and at the top, it's those 2. So it's pretty cool, and you can blend it in and out as you please to make it sound how you want. I'm not completely happy with this setup because there not being a tone control on this guitar whatsoever. It helps this pickup. To me, it kind of adds some high frequencies, and it just kind of opens it up to me. But this one is a little brighter than I'd like. It's not really ice picky. It's a little too bright. I find myself rolling back the volume knob a little bit to kind of bring in to cut off the highs a little bit when I go right here most of the time, and only use that for rhythm. I don't go any leads on it because it just ain't got enough balls to it. It's just too bright. Okay, so that's the guitar. Love the guitar. No complaints with it whatsoever. Other than that, I need to change that up a little bit with the tone control. I think I'm going to put a toggle switch, put like a toggle switch right here, and just have a tone control just for the bridge pickup, and that toggle switch will turn that on and off, because I don't really do any blending. It's always on or off, so it's not really necessary. So it's all about evolution, I guess. So here is my pedal board, and I like to keep it simple. I have tried so many pedals. Just recently I had the Boss rotary pedal on here, had a Zakk Wild Wah, I had a delay, a Line 6 delay on there. I had the Hardwire tube overdrive on there, had a Boss SD1, maybe Super Overdrive, I'm not sure. So just trying to find that sound, and none of them were getting it right. So this, I'm getting really close right now to being done with what I want on here, and finding my sound. First of all, I got the channel selector for the Fender amp that I'll show you here in just a second. You can turn the reverb on and change the channel on it. First pedal in the chain is a compression sustainer. This is new to the board. I still haven't found the perfect setting, but I'm getting closer. I'm not really looking for a bunch of sustain. Just it's like a little pick-me-up, give me some boost. May add a little bit of sustain, but I don't like that really compressed sound. I'm not doing chicken picking or anything like that, so it's just mostly a boost. So next, this pedal has probably been on here the longest. And in previous amps, this was my main pedal when I had like the solid state amp and the amps before that. This was my main pedal. But since I've gotten the new amp, which I'll show you in a minute, the Fender Blues Deluxe, this one is not the right sound for me. But I still use it for over-the-top heavier, mostly like leads and stuff like that, or really heavy rhythm sound. We don't do a whole lot of just metal or anything like that, so that's just when we go to do the heaviest songs, that's what I go to. This is my main pedal out of all of them, the Boss Blues Driver, and it's really relatively new to the board as well. I really like it, and it stays on 90% of the time. You can see the tones rolled quite a bit back to kind of wrangle in some of those highs. And I use it anywhere from about noon to all the way up, but it stays on all night, and I'll wiggle with the knobs. And I really like this pedal. I was thinking about getting a tube screamer, but the other guitar player in the band, he has a tube screamer, and I'm just trying to do something a little bit different in order to just to get a little bit of a different sound. But I think I'm gonna yeah, like I said, I'm gonna stick with this right here. Um, I really love the sound, and it stays on all the time. Next is the volume pedal. It's an Ernie Ball, your typical volume pedal. And I started out having it on the right side of the board just because it felt more comfortable over there. But I found if you have the volume pedal at the beginning of the chain, then any overdrives or things like you have after that, when you decrease the volume, it cleans them up. So I didn't like that at all, and it's also a reason I use pedals anyway. I mean, I like the overdrive of the amp, but when you try to turn down your volume, you can't really maintain that level of distortion. If it's a distorted song, you start cleaning up, and that's undesirable. So if I keep it on the end, then this distortion, overdrive, or whatever I have on stays at the same distortion level, even though the volume may vary. So there's that. I'm using the Visual Sound One Spot to power it all. The newest pedal is the Polytune by TC Electronic, and what it does is it'll tune all 6 strings at once. You can just plug your guitar in and just strum the strings open, and all 6 strings will display, and you'll be able to tell which one is out of tune and tune it from there. Or you can do them individually like normal tuners, and I really like that. Because a lot of times I'm singing while I'm tuning, so I can just look down, and it just makes things quicker and easier to do. The one I had before this was about twice the size. I think it was a Rocktron, and it wasn't very accurate, and it had just a row of LEDs on the top to tune with, and it was very unuser friendly, and it didn't tune very well in my regards. So that's that. And this cable is just the cable for that. This is one of the Pedal Train pedal boards. I'm not sure which model it is. Let's go over here, and this is the amplifier I was talking about. This is the Fender Blues Deluxe. It's a 112. I'm not sure what speaker's in there. Should have done my homework. Oh, looks like some kind of Fender design. Oh well. If you're a guitar geek, you'll know what that is. But it's what came with it stock. The whole amp is stock so far. I don't really have too many complaints with it, really. It sounds exactly like I want it to. I was looking for that classic clean Fender sound. I want to be able to get there if I need to. And originally I was looking at Bassmans and deluxe reverbs. The Bassman just got too many speakers for me. I love the sound, but 4 speakers is more than I wanted to deal with. This one just has the 112, and I like that. The deluxe reverb, I was leaning toward it because it was a little lighter, and it has just a killer sound to it. But volume-wise, it can't keep up with what I'm doing. My bandmate, he's playing, I think, a Fender Super Reverb or something like that, and it's usually wide open. So, and a lot of the times we're not even miking the amp cabinets. We're just kind of angling them and letting them fly. So I need something that would be able to keep up with him, but not kill my back. And did a lot of research, and I actually like the clean sound on this one a little bit better than the deluxe reverb. I mean, it might be in my head and me convincing myself that I made the right decision, but it has just that Fender clean sound that I hear in my head, and it breaks up really nice. And it's, I think, 40 watts, and so it's breaking up right exactly where I need it to with my situation. I mean, our drummer's, he's kind of heavy-handed, which we like, and so this does what it needs to do. I'm still learning what's my sound and all that. So these settings will probably, they change from night to night. Gotta turn the light on to see this thing. That's one flaw with it. It shouldn't have been shiny. It needs to be black, so you can see what you're doing, and you can see I got the treble pretty high up there, and that's where it sounds good with most of my settings. I got the mids way up too. Everything's turned up except the master. Reverb I don't have on much. I'm about halfway on the presence, and that's about what I do. I don't so far I haven't used the second channel. I haven't really dug into it yet. I'm really pleased with that first channel, that clean channel, and just running the pedal board into it there. And really, I don't want for anything else. Maybe later on down the line, I'll change my mind or find something about that second channel that really speaks to me. But so far, I'm happy with what it is. And the only thing I'm thinking about modding to this thing is adding some like kickstand things on the side of it, like the super reverbs and the twin reverbs have, so I can just tilt it back wherever, because I'm having to use a drum riser most of the time, and that's kind of inconvenient in some places. Sometimes I don't have that, so I'm just leaning it on whatever and hoping it doesn't fall over. And before this amplifier, I had a Fender Frontman 65R, which is a solid state amplifier, but it has a surprisingly good sound and pretty big for its size. It had an aftermarket speaker in it. It was an Eminence Texas Heat, I think is what it was, and it also had a Weber beam blocker, which it kind of blocks the beam of waves that come out straight from the cone and kind of mow the audience in half. And it had one of those to kind of alleviate that, and it made it have a just a more smooth blended tone, no matter where you stood around it. But I always tilted it back anyway. But it finally it bit the dust on me. I'm still trying to fix it. I don't know if it'll get there or not, but I'm hoping it'd be a nice backup to this guy right here. Before that, I had the Blackstar HT60, the one with the 112 in it, and it got a really good Fender's clean sound. It had a good reverb and just amazing features on it, and it had great distortion. You could go anywhere from Marshall to Mesa and everywhere in between. My only complaint with it, and it might have been the way that I had it set up, and this is before I had any of these other pedals, I just felt like when I went to do a solo, it kind of squashed it down or something. It didn't really speak. I don't know, that super reverb that I'm playing against, when it picks an individual string, it just, it really just lifts, and it sounds real good and thick. And that thing, it just felt like every time I'd play a note or really dig in, it was just squashing it down. Just, doing the opposite of, what I really needed it to do. So I ended up trading it off for another Fender amp, and it was just too heavy to carry around. So I ended up getting this right here because it's so much lighter. So I'm running out of space here on my okay, I am completely running out of space on this disc. I only got like a 2 gig or something like that SD card, so I'm having to cut this thing up into a bunch of pieces. But basically that's it. That's my rig, the guitar and the pedal board, and that's pretty much it. I try to keep it as simple as I can. I got probably a 20-foot cord that I go from the guitar to the pedal board, and then probably a 10-foot cable from the pedal board to the amplifier. I probably should have a shorter cable, but I like to be able to walk around stage and kind of interact with everybody. So I got that thing going on. So, but yeah, I'm sure I'll modify the daylights out of this thing before it's all said and done to get it exactly where I want it. But I get a really warm, clean sound, and it breaks up really nice, and just the guitar and pedals just really seem to complement it, and I am just ecstatic because I'm sure, like a lot of you, I've spent years and years. I'm going on year 20 now of playing guitar, and you know what a hassle it is to try to find that sound that's in your head, and the only way you can do it is trial and error, and because everybody's technique and hands are different, so even if you have the same exact gear as someone else, it's not gonna be the same. So I'm gonna cut it off there because I got a phone call.